If you've ever opened a rulebook and immediately felt overwhelmed, you're not alone. A great game can be held back by a confusing rulebook. Here are 10 tips to help you write rulebooks that are clear, easy to learn from, and enjoyable to read. Tip 1. Make your rulebook look good. A clean layout, readable fonts, and enough whitespace make a huge difference. People are much more willing to read a rulebook that feels inviting instead of intimidating. Tip 2. Don't be afraid to make your rulebook longer. It's usually better to have more pages with less text on each page than to squeeze everything into a tiny booklet packed with words. Reading becomes much easier. Tip 3. Organize everything logically. Introduce concepts in the order players need them. For example, explaining how to score points before explaining how a turn works is confusing. Instead, teach setup first, then turn structure, then special rules, and finally scoring. Tip 4. Keep your writing short and concise. Remove unnecessary words whenever possible. Instead of saying, a player has the ability to move one space, simply write, move one space. The shorter the sentence, the easier it is to understand. Tip 5. Focus on rules, not strategy. Players open a rulebook to learn how the game works, not how to win. If you want to include strategy tips, place them in a separate section at the end so they don't interrupt the learning process. Tip 6. If something is difficult to explain with words, show it visually. Diagrams, illustrations, and highlighted examples can explain complex situations much faster than long paragraphs. Tip 7. Include plenty of examples. After introducing an important rule, show it in action. Examples help players confirm that they understood the rule correctly. Tip 8. Write rules that can only be interpreted one way. If a sentence could mean two different things, rewrite it until there's only one possible interpretation. Clear rules prevent arguments during the game. Tip 9. Be consistent with your terminology. If you call something an action, don't suddenly start calling it a move later. Using the same words throughout the rulebook avoids unnecessary confusion. And finally, tip 10, use simple language whenever possible. This is especially important for family games and children's games. The easier your language is to understand, the easier your game is to learn. A clear rulebook won't make a bad game good, but it can make a good game much easier to enjoy. Spending extra time improving your rulebook is one of the best investments you can make for your players. Thank you for watching. Hopefully this video helped you improve your rulebook.